So from here, band extended out the front. So all this is about shoulders and the back muscles here. Take a breath in, breathe out, and as you breathe out, pull your core in. Try not to tense up your glutes. So with this exercise, full spine, bring those elbows right back, shoulder blades together. 2 more. And again. Okay, above the head. So with this exercise, keep the head tall and don't let it move forward. So bring it down to the chest and then behind the back, but keep the head perfectly still. We'll make the shoulder muscles work, the arms work. Breathing in, breathing out. Three more each one. That's it. So just watch the head dipping forward. You don't want to dip the head forward because you've really got to work those muscles. Okay. One more time down onto the chest and then holding it above your head. Just going to bring that band back behind with long arms and squeeze. Try again, keep the head tall. And gently bring it back up. Nice and easy. And keep it above the head. And now we're going to just stretch out the sides. Back up and do the other side. Keeping the head in line with the side of the body. One more. Okay. Then bring this in front of your chest. I'm going to stretch out the arms to the side. So open up your chest. Working pecs. 3 more. You want to have it fairly short, so you're doing some work here to pull the band out. Last one. Then we're going to drop the band around the back to work the rotator cuff muscles. Round the waist here, cross the band over, so there's no knot, elbows glued to your side, and just imagine you're sliding your arms under a metal tray to the edges. Keep the legs soft, no tightness in the glutes all the time. It's very important to anchor the elbows to the body, so you're only moving your forearms. Try to reduce the air between your elbow and the body. That helps those muscles work in the back. Good. Okay, go into a lunge position. And this time I'm going to put the band in the back foot. So the back leg here. This is a good exercise for the arms and it helps strengthen them up and enables you to gauge whether one arm is stronger than the other. So bring your hands up here to your chest and push out, like a very slow punch. Breathe in, breathe out. Push away. Just imagine you're pushing like a panel away from you or a heavy door. 3 or 4 more. Good. With both arms pushing at the same speed. Really use your core. Last one. Let's stand back up and what you do is put the end of the band under one foot. We're going to work on one shoulder and then we'll switch. Now the length of this depends on how strong you are and how loose your band is, and you'll figure it out in a moment as we go forward. So I'm going to wrap the band around your hand and lift up, about shoulder height to start with, just warming up. Again, completely in line with the body. Do one more. I'm going to go a little bit higher. Again, just keep the arm within that plane. That's it, no problems. If it gets very sore here, then just keep it low. Last one coming up. We're going to change arms, change feet, and just switch. Again, you can keep it longer or shorter, depends how strong that arm is. Okay, so starting up, just warming up at shoulder height. If you feel able, just go up all the way. You may find one side is easier than the other. What you've got going on. 2 more. And 2. Okay. Now put the band on the floor now. I'm going to start working on some squats. I'm going to be doing some stepping out, and I'm going to add in, which is quite a nice little thing here, is a loop. I'm not in the resistance band, I'm not asking to do that. So I'm just going to add a nice strong band here to the legs, which makes your legs work a little bit harder. So we'll start off just feet shoulder width, and as you do your squat, remember to keep your weight back in your heels. Breathe in, breathe out. Push your backside away. Scoop your abs. So you're pulling in your tummy muscles as we lower down. Breathe in. Help strengthen the back. Okay, and it stops your back from curving in. And one more. Now I'm going to go out to the sides, go out to your right and dip. Out to your left. Try to do it so that your knees go straight forward over your toes, not going out. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. Right. Keep together. Right. So we're going to the end of the mat, and we're going to start with a roll down. Then we're going to do down dog, and then a push up. We'll do that 3 times. Okay. So take a breath in, bring your chin to your chest. As you're breathing out, make sure your core is engaged. Keep the neck long. Drop the head right down. As soon as you feel the back of your legs working, walk forward and feet. Now keep your back long and straight. Lift your hips. Engage your core. Just stretch the back of your legs. And then lower yourself gently down into a push-up. You can do a full push-up, modified push-up. Good. Slowly back. Back up into down dog. As you push up into down dog, breathe out. Keep that core lifted, neck long. Walk back to your toes. Roll back up through your spine. And repeat 2 more times. Breathing out, always on the movement. Breathe in before you start. Breathe out. Into push-up. Breathe in, breathe out. Walking back. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one coming up, and stay down at the end of the last one. Into the last push-up. Okay, come back onto all fours. Here in this position, try to keep your back as flat as possible and shoulders down the back, and keep your neck long. Okay, so what we're going to do is just come up into a cat stretch, sit down, pull the tummy muscles up. So you can feel your back stretching, particularly the lower back. Push down into cow in the opposite direction. Back up again, and just mobilizing the spine. One more. Okay. Going into a flat back position here, this is called swimming, level 1 in Pilates. What we're going to do is try to keep everything balanced. So we're going to start off just by lengthening out one arm and then the other. Then one leg, slide it out, and then the other leg. So the whole point of this exercise is to stop rotating the body, try to keep it flat. And as you bring in the arm and the opposite leg, the challenge is to stop that rotation, of keeping the back flat, keep the core engaged, so your back doesn't dip. And lengthen the arm and the leg. One more. Then from here we're going to try a little experiment. Send out your arm and opposite leg, then bring your knee into your elbow. Do that 3 more times. Two. And 1. And then change. Lengthen and crunch. And 3. And watch your balance. And last one. Good. Okay. From here, come down to child's pose stretch. Lengthen out your arms, head down, and you're just going to stretch out the back. And breathe out. Move into a shoulder stretch. Bring your arm under the extended. So bring your left arm under your right and stretch out the shoulder. This is for the shoulder muscles, the deltoids. Change. Left under right. So before we move on, and just be bearing in mind your knees and hips. Going to do a hip stretch here for the glutes. So bring your right leg forward. Now, if you're very flexible, you can bring your foot out to this point here and land your knee. Extend the back leg. So we can start off here. We're also trying to stretch the hip flexor area. And if you can, lower yourself down onto the leg to add more pressure onto the hip area. And just hold this stretch. Okay, slowly change. The other leg in front. And again, move that foot as far forward as you can. And start up high and then lower yourself down. Bring yourself back up. Okay, from here we're going to go towards the end of the mat, go into a sitting position. And we're going to do some oblique rotation, so like a Russian twist. You can place your band over the sole of the feet. And if you want to, double it over, it makes it a little bit stronger. Gives you less room to work with. It makes you work harder. And sit up tall and straight to start with. So here we're going to breathe in. As you roll back about halfway, scoop your abdominals like you're scooping out melon. Breathing out. Just again, trying to exercise the lower back. Breathe in and work your core. Moving now slowly to the side, dip the elbow down and look. And you pull that band back. If it's doubled over, you'll feel it's a little bit harder to work. You're meeting more resistance, so you're working a bit harder. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last one. Here. Okay, keeping the band on your left leg, just roll back onto your back and extend out the other leg. So going into some stretches here, which is really good for the hip, as well as the leg muscles. Just bring that leg forward as far as you can go. If you can get it over your head, so much the better. Okay. Gently flexing your foot now, working on the lower leg. Make sure your knee is not bent and relax the legs. So if you have the massage ball, it's a good point at which you could massage the hip area, or you could even massage the leg. Okay, gently pointing the toe now. Lower the leg down to the side, the outside ball, keeping your hips level. And so you're stretching these adductor muscles here all along the inside of your leg. Again, space allowing the leg as low as possible. Bring the leg up, slowly changing hands. Allow that leg to go all the way down to the floor and look to the other side and extend the arm out. Bring the leg back up, and from here we're going to go into a one-leg circle. So keep your hips level, the leg long, and gently circle around. It doesn't have to be a normal circle, but I want you to work the core as you do this. You breathe in, pull the core down to anchor the back. Keep the body still as you work only the leg. Very important exercise for the hip mobility, lower back. And just keep circling around. Do one more in each direction. Okay, so changing legs in midair and work on this other leg now. So extend the leg on the floor, bring this leg up, gently pointing the foot. Again, relax the muscles in the legs. Make sure they're relaxed. And here, we're going to move into a foot flexion. So heel up, flatten the foot, working on the lower leg. And hold. So when you're practicing the stretches, maintenance stretches 10 seconds, and developmental stretches are about 30 seconds. If you hold them for minutes at a time, you don't really need to, but 10 to 30 seconds. And then lower down to the outside. Again, keep your hips level, all the weight even across both hips. So you're not rolling the right hip or the left hip up on the floor. Again, space allowing, try to get as low as possible. So you feel that stretch in the inside leg. Bring your leg up, change height over to the other side, and extend your arm away. Ooh. Bring your leg up, and then we're moving to circles. So from here, deep breath in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Try to keep as relaxed as possible, but focus on your breathing and your core. Let's do a couple more. 1 and 2. Okay. Put both legs into the band. This is a nice exercise for working the legs, a bit like the exercise we did with the arms at the beginning. Knees in towards the chest. Now when you do this, any height you like, keep this as short as you like, and extend the legs away. Focus on your core because you may find your back coming away from the floor, so you really have to breathe out, core engaged, legs fully extended. Do one more, and then what I want you to do is do what I call a teaser prep. So you bring yourself up off the floor, legs and body at the same time. So your legs go out, your body comes up, and I would suggest shorten this band as much as possible. Extend the legs, bring yourself up into a sitting position. So your legs are about halfway up off the floor. Your back is long and straight, so don't let your back give way. Bring the knees in, gently roll back onto the mat. We'll do that 3 or 4 more times. So extend the legs, breathe out, and just balance for a couple of seconds, and then gently roll back. 2 more. This is good core. So if you can balance here without wobbling, helps strengthen the core. Last one coming out. Lower back down. Okay, from here, keep your left leg in the band again. Roll over onto your right side. And we're going to go into a side kick. Pilates side kick. Bottom leg can be bent for stability. And other hand can be under your head for support. So keeping your foot flexed, just float the head forward and pulse at the front. Keep the foot flexed as you push back. Keeping your foot flexed will work your glutes. And this exercise is for your hip flexor muscles that will pulse. Good. And just trying to keep the leg all in the same plane, same height. Smooth movement. Find any restriction in your hip at all, just modify the range. Do 2 more. 1 and 2. So bring the heel or the foot right underneath your hip. So as though you're standing on your leg. We're going to move the leg up towards the ceiling, keeping the foot same shape, flexed. So you're pushing up with the heel. This is a really good side kick exercise. And excellent work for the hip and the lower back. Again, smooth as you like, as though you're scraping the window. And we do 2 more. And 1. Back down. Then change the shape of the foot. So you're going to point the toe this time. Point the toe up and push down at the heel as though you're working a paintbrush. So we're working the Achilles here as well, calf muscles. We'll go to 2 more. And we've already done our circles. Good. From here, just hold onto the band, grab the ankle and pull your leg back into a quad stretch. Heel up towards your glutes. Again, just be mindful of your own knees and hips. Good. Okay. So place that on the floor for a moment. Going to roll over onto our front, lie on the floor. Do an exercise called swimming. This is an excellent exercise for the whole body. Backs particularly. And what we're going to do is, you can use hand weights if you like. Extend your arms away, lie down on the floor, and relax, forehead down. When you do this exercise, it's very important to bring the core away from the floor about 30%. Otherwise, you may feel your stomach muscles just squishing down onto the mat. So you want to work the core to support the back. So again, like we did before on our hands and knees, just going to work one arm, extend it out, lift it a few inches, and the left. Then the one leg, and then the other leg. Now the point about this is you must keep the torso still as before, so you don't roll around. You're not in the swimming pool, but it is called swimming because it's like a similar action. So right arm and opposite leg. Breathe in, engage the core, breathe out. So all I want you to focus on is that core, pull it up as you breathe out. And try to get those legs and arms as long as possible without pulling the shoulder blades up. But keep the shoulder blades down. Just about isolating the part of the body we want to be exercising. Breathe in, breathe out. Obviously, you can add in a weight here and make it harder. And keep those legs long. And the body still. Good. One more. Last one. From here, we're going to come back up into swan dive prep Cobra Stretch. Again, another exercise for your back. Forehead down on the floor. Only the body moves. Breathe in, pushing the palms. Lengthen up through the spine. Long neck. Try not to let your neck flop down. Just want to keep everything in alignment. Three more. Keep the legs relaxed. Bring the hands back further. They come back harder, but more flexible you might be. Further forward, a little bit stiff. Last one. Okay, relax the shoulders. Come back down into child's pose stretch. Lengthen out your back, release the pressure, tension. And really tuck that tail under. Come back up once more into cat. Cow. And then we're going to roll over onto your other side. And do the other leg. Again, put your band over the sole of your foot. You have to use a band, but it's quite a nice way of doing this exercise. So again, bottom leg bend, support, float the leg forward, double pulse, leg all at the same level, foot flexed. Do about 5 reps of this, and then the side lift, both positions. Breathe in, breathe out. 2. And last one. Bring the leg back underneath your hip and slide the leg up. Slide the edge of the foot. Heel pushed up, working the side of your hip. Really scraping that window, smooth and clean. Okay, last one, and then we're going to change the shape of the foot into a point and paint the window up and down. Okay, go as high as you can. Work those ankles. Last 2, 1 and 2, and then move into a quad stretch. Heel up towards your glutes. Try to relax the front of your leg as well when you do this. Okay, moving over onto your backs then. Move into the last main exercise, which is shoulder bridge, which is a great exercise for the legs and the back. So, feet in line with your hips, parallel, if you can. And make sure your body is relaxed on the floor. Deep breath, in and out, chest sinking into your back. So, bowl of water on your hips, very important. If you start with a too flat back, it's not going to work. It's too arched, again, it's harder. So make sure you've got that bowl of water level on your hips. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, your back flattens towards the floor. Peel the spine up off the floor like Velcro, very slowly, and bring those hips up. Keeping your hips up, float the hands up here, and form one circle. Bring the hands down. Feel the stretch across the front of the hips. Feel your glutes working. And then trickle the spine down on the floor, bone by bone. Breathing out. Feel the lower back touch the floor. And then back into neutral. And do that about 4 or 5 more times. So Do it at your own pace. Remember the technique is to bring the body up first and then float the hands up and do a circle. Completely optional. And then trickle back down. Nice and easy. Remembering the spine is to touch the floor, vertebrae by vertebrae. Going up like dog crow and come down like a heady gold chain. So you're doing a circle. Always bring the hands down first. Help steady your back as you go back down. Trickle. Good. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. Circle around. Down on the floor. Good. Bring your knees to your chest to really stretch. We're going to move into that piriform stretch. So bring your left ankle across your right leg, and the right leg up, and pull in towards the body, and push the bent knee away with your elbow. Slowly change. Right ankle across your left thigh, and the left leg up. Pull in towards the body and squeeze the right knee away. Relax. Good. Bring your hands behind the back of your thighs. Bring yourself up into a sitting position. Send the legs out. Finish off with spine stretch forward. So a lengthening exercise for your back. Hands shoulder height. Breathe in towards spine. And then imagine yourself trying to get into a tube. Roll forward. Lengthen the back. Roll back up through the spine and tall. Breathe in. Scoop it out. Push that back away. Roll back up. Keep your legs relaxed. Don't let your knees and thighs tense. One more. Roll back up. Good. Okay, and finish off now. So, what I'm doing.